At first glance, you probably thought it had a bit of that classic Land Rover vibe, didn't you? These days, though, it's much more closely linked with Huawei. Packed with an 896 camera, LiDAR, and the latest ADS 5.0 system, it combines a tough appearance with plenty of intelligence. It's every bit a true Freelander, or as some people like to call it, a real beast.
A quick shout out to our automotive partner in China for sharing this video and helping make it possible. Thank you for your support. Hey everyone, it's Jennifer from motortorque. If you enjoy staying up to date with the latest automotive news, reviews, and industry updates, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our exciting content. Thanks for watching, and let's get started.
A lot of people tell me that whenever I review rugged SUVs, it feels like I'm back in my natural habitat. To be honest, today's outfit kind of fits that theme too. I usually prefer dressing a little more fashionably, but I have to say, wearing these boots in 35-degree weather is no joke. Since I'm putting up with this heat for the video, I think I've earned a thumbs up from you guys. The Freelander 8 is another full-sized 6-seater from the 9 Series lineup. It's over 5.1 meters long and stands close to 1.9 meters tall. At the roof rack, and the height difference between me and the car becomes even more obvious. It definitely has an impressive road presence. There's something about the design that's pretty interesting, and I'm not sure everyone has noticed it. At first glance, the whole body looks very boxy and clean, right? But once you focus on the front, you'll find it's actually packed with little design touches. Take the headlights, for example. I like to think of them as being positioned where you'd normally find spotlights on an old-school off-roader. The difference is that these aren't just lights, they're small display screens capable of showing different graphics, including a thumbs-up gesture. Pretty obvious, right? Maybe they should have included an active body kit here too. Because this is powered by a range extender system, that feature actually makes sense. Down below, oh wow, my boots! Seriously, these boots are killing me. My legs are soaked with sweat, and every time I squat, I can literally feel them pulling against my calves. Now, does this section remind you of anything? It looks just like an off-road skid plate underneath the vehicle. But if you look closely, you'll notice it doesn't actually connect across the bottom, so it's clearly not a real protective plate. It's simply there to reinforce that rugged off-road styling. So from the front alone, you can already spot plenty of traditional off-road design cues. Then there's this huge glossy black panel. I still haven't figured out exactly what purpose it serves, but it flows smoothly into the wheel arches, all finished in the same high-gloss black. Even though there's lots of styling details, the choice of colors and materials stays quite restrained, giving the whole design a clean overall appearance. The hood sits fairly high and features 2 raised sections, giving the front end a more muscular and aggressive character. Personally, my favorite angle is the side profile. Doesn't it instantly give off that rugged off-road SUV feeling? The suspension isn't even raised to its highest setting right now. I've already lifted it a bit, but at maximum height, the ground clearance reaches 270 millimeters. Just imagine how commanding it looks then. And check out this angle. Isn't it fantastic? The vehicle rides on massive 285/45 R22 tires. 22-inch wheels are usually something we associate with luxury cars and oversized rims. So today, it's interesting to see them paired with a futuristic, rugged SUV. Honestly, I think the combination works really well. There are 2 more details on the side worth mentioning. First is the door handle. It's a semi-hidden design with capacitive touch operation, so a light touch makes it pop out. If needed, it's still mechanical, meaning you can simply pull it open with force. The second detail is the rear triangular window. Longtime Freelander fans will recognize this immediately because it's a classic styling element carried over from the original 3-door Freelander, and it's been preserved here. So what do you think about the side profile? Now let's move to the rear, which seems to divide opinions. A lot of people tell me they love the overall vehicle, but just can't get used to the back end. I think the biggest reason is its simplicity. The rear is almost completely flat, almost like looking at a wall. The taillights follow the same minimalist approach. Even the Freelander badge is recessed into the tailgate without any contrasting color. That said, there's one thing I really like here. The trunk release button is mounted underneath, so as you walk up normally, you can open it very naturally without reaching around awkwardly. Since this is a six-seater, keeping the third row upright naturally limits cargo space. Even with the seats positioned as far back as possible, the trunk isn't particularly large. Thankfully, there's a one-touch control that folds the third-row seats down. The air vents also lower neatly out of the way, making storage much easier. There's a built-in 220-volt power outlet and an additional storage compartment underneath. Once the seats are folded flat, you get a much larger and more usable cargo area. Of course, if all 6 seats are occupied, luggage space becomes very limited. Personally, I think this vehicle makes the most sense when traveling with 4 people, leaving plenty of room in the back for everyone's gear. Now that we've finished looking around the exterior, what score would you give it? Let's step inside. What do you all think of the cabin? The interior follows a bright, airy theme with a light beige color paired with a creamy coffee tone finish. Every decorative panel you see uses this wood grain treatment in the same soft coffee shade. Combined with the light gold trim pieces throughout the cabin, the whole color scheme feels very balanced and harmonious. Personally, I've become a big fan of light-colored interiors. I'm curious what you think. Whenever I see darker cabins these days, I immediately associate them with a cooler, sportier look. And when manufacturers use a really deep navy blue, I honestly think that's about as stylish as it gets. Even so, lighter interiors simply create a fresher and more relaxing atmosphere. The cabin itself has a very modern design. What stands out most is the center console. The floating center display immediately catches your eye, while this curved section underneath houses the Harman Kardon speakers. Then there's another gentle curve that almost reminds me of those protective rounded corners people install at home to keep children safe. It gives the interior a surprisingly warm, home-like feeling. The center console also uses a 2-layer layout finished in white. Since today's weather is cloudy, I can't really judge whether the bright color creates any glare under strong sunlight, but that's something worth paying attention to. Another thing that immediately stands out is just how high you sit. And keep in mind, this seat isn't even adjusted to its highest setting yet. It can still go higher. Even at this setting, sitting here feels like standing on top of a mountain, looking down at everything around you. There's also this horizontal grab handle beside the seat, a feature that instantly reminds me of classic off-road vehicles. It's exactly the kind of place you'd naturally rest your arm. It's not a brand new idea, but it definitely adds to the character of the cabin. Finally, the seat itself is adaptive, which means you don't have to save different driver profiles anymore. As soon as you sit down, the built-in camera and intelligent algorithm recognize your body shape and automatically adjust the seat height to suit you. The steering wheel position, the side mirrors, and other driving settings are all adjusted automatically to suit you, helping you find the ideal driving position as soon as you get in. Because of that, the traditional physical controls for adjusting the exterior mirrors have been removed. They used to be replaced by small rollers, but now even those are gone. I'm curious to know how you all feel about that. The seats also feature active side bolsters, so when you're taking a corner, they'll gently support your body by tightening on the sides. It's a pretty neat feature. The overall cabin feels incredibly open and spacious. Even the shape of the seats has a slightly aggressive, tiger-like character. And I already know what some of you are going to say the moment you see the steering wheel. It's not a perfectly round design, so some people might feel it looks a bit old school. Whether a traditional round steering wheel will be offered when the production model officially launches is something we'll have to wait and see. If you look closely, all of the trim pieces on the steering wheel use this light gold-colored plastic, matching the rest of the cabin beautifully. That's one thing this vehicle does really well. Whether you're looking at the exterior or sitting inside, every design detail follows the same visual theme, and the overall styling feels very cohesive. Over here, you'll find 2 crystal-style control rollers, and underneath there's a large storage compartment along with 2 armrests. Altogether, the vehicle gives you 4 armrests, so everyone can stay comfortable. There's even enough convenience to enjoy a drink inside without any hassle. The front passenger seat can also fold completely flat, connecting with the rear seats to create a large bed-like space. So, what do you all think about the atmosphere inside? Let me know. And yes, before anyone asks, do you notice anything different? My boots were getting so unbearably hot that I had to fold them down, turning them into a pair of stylish ankle boots. Trust me, I'm much more comfortable now. Am I sitting in the most luxurious seat? Actually, this one doesn't have the zero gravity function. This armrest is manually adjustable. Now, this seat over here is the real zero gravity seat. Its armrest is built directly into the seat itself. It moves a little slowly. There we go. Once it's fully opened, this remaining armrest reveals another hidden support underneath. All of the seat adjustment controls are located on the side of the seat as well as on the armrest, making them very easy to reach. You can immediately tell just how spacious these seats are. Since my seat doesn't include a leg rest, the cushion is a little shorter. The zero-gravity seat, however, extends a full leg support, making it feel even roomier once everything is unfolded. The cushion, backrest, and leg rest all feature heating functions. It also includes heated stone elements, allowing the seat to provide both warmth and massage at the same time. You'll also find two small folding tables here. This compartment is actually a refrigerator. It supports temperatures from -6 degrees Celsius all the way up to 50 degrees Celsius, so it can cool or heat your drinks and food. It opens and closes electrically, and the storage capacity is surprisingly generous. That's essentially what the second row offers. There's another display screen here, although we won't go into it today. Take a look at this small light as well. It reminds me of an outdoor camping lamp because it produces a very soft, evenly distributed light that's much easier on your eyes. There's also a horizontal grab handle built into the door. When it comes to interior space, everyone is already familiar with large six-seater SUVs. Even with a respectable wheelbase like this one, which measures 3,040 millimeters, it's still a six-seater. That means no single row feels exceptionally spacious. It's simply one of the realities of this type of vehicle. If another SUV had the same wheelbase but 5 seats, you'd naturally end up with much more legroom, especially in the second row. So in the end, it really comes down to what kind of vehicle fits your lifestyle. Personally, I actually prefer large six-seaters because our studio often travels with 6 people, so it's something we genuinely need. Most of the time, though, I'm driving by myself. In those situations, I simply fold the rear seats down and place my computer case flat inside, giving me a huge cargo area. So even if I'm traveling alone, this setup is extremely practical. Sure, it doesn't offer quite as much rear legroom as a comparable 5-seater, but honestly, is the available space enough? I think it absolutely is. On top of that, you get the premium atmosphere, the zero-gravity seats, the powered armrests, and the overall luxurious feeling. It definitely delivers the experience you'd expect from a high-end 6-seater SUV with a touch of executive comfort. It's also worth mentioning that Freelander is no longer just the name of a single vehicle. It's becoming an entirely new energy vehicle brand. In the future, its lineup will include range extender models, plug-in hybrids, and other electrified powertrains. Over the next 4 years, the brand plans to introduce 6 different models. So if you like what you see today but aren't interested in a large 6-seater SUV, there's a good chance there'll be another body style that suits you better in the future. Now let's take a look at the specifications that have already been announced. The vehicle uses a range extender powertrain built on an 800-volt platform. It features CATL batteries and offers a pure electric driving range of 310 kilometers. It also uses a 2-speed rear motor, dual-chamber air suspension, and a panoramic intelligence system co-developed with Huawei. On top of that, it even comes equipped with a differential lock. This Huawei-developed panoramic intelligence system is a little different from what we've seen before because the vehicle is equipped with a total of 30 sensing components. Combined with the 896-line LiDAR and ADS 5.0, its environmental awareness should be extremely advanced. So how capable is this predictive system? For example, it can detect changes in the road surface ahead and automatically adjust the vehicle's driving mode before you even reach them. Imagine you're driving over a rough dirt road full of potholes, and suddenly the surface changes to soft sand. In theory, the system can recognize that transition and instantly switch to the most suitable driving mode. That's how it's supposed to work, although I haven't had the opportunity to test it myself. Hopefully, we'll get a proper hands-on experience during a future drive. Overall, this technology represents Huawei's serious move into the off-road vehicle segment. As for the differential, it's an intelligent center locking system. It can intelligently distribute power to improve efficiency while also helping the vehicle escape difficult terrain. At the front, there's the option of a mechanical differential lock, while the rear can be equipped with an ELSD electronic limited slip differential. In simple terms, if you choose the ELSD-equipped version with the more powerful range extender setup, you'll get stronger performance along with enhanced off-road capability. The ELSD greatly improves the vehicle's ability to get out of difficult situations, while the intelligent power distribution system also plays a major role during off-road driving. Put all of those features together, and it really feels like this SUV is ready to tackle just about any terrain. Of course, today's experience has only been a static walk-around. Once we get the chance to drive it, we'll bring you a much more detailed look at how it performs on the road and off it. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!